Hey, and welcome to today's video and to the workshop again. It's like a kettlebell training. Hey, how is it going? I'm a traveler from Finland who wanted to share adventures, technical challenges and fun of living in a self-made camper van. Welcome aboard! This is the new compressor for the air conditioning system. I have already visited a workshop and the shop has already taken away the refrigerant from the air conditioning. So it is all empty now. This spare part compressor contains already some lubricant, air conditioning oil inside it, but the final amount of the lubricant is applied to the system when the refrigerant is filled. But because we are replacing the air conditioning compressor, we are also changing the auxiliary drive belt because it is nearby this compressor. And once we are replacing the belt, we are replacing the auxiliary belt tensioner as well. Because we are replacing the air conditioning compressor, we need to also replace the Breather Dryer and the air conditioning sensor. They are located here. This connector goes to the sensor. It is, well, difficult to see, but in front of the windscreen washer liquid reservoir, in our case, the Breather Dryer is located next to the radiator on the right side of the vehicle. And because the life isn't perfect today either, I have forgot about the new O-rings for the compressor. It's a good idea to have 2 new O-rings for the refrigerant pipes that go to the compressor, but because I'm a potato, we don't have them right now, unfortunately. The place we are working in is very narrow, so you are not able to see all the steps in the work. Okay, but let's start with the location of the compressor. It is here on the left side of the vehicle. It is this component here. If we go a little bit forward from the compressor, we can see the auxiliary drive belt and the pulleys. Here is some terminology which might help you to find your belt diagram in the internet. About the pulleys. This first one is for the power steering. Then the belt goes to the air conditioning compressor, the one that we are going to change. Then through one idle pulley to the engine crankshaft, then to the tensioner, from the tensioner to the water pump in the middle, then to the alternator, and from the alternator via 2 idle pulleys back to the power steering in my case. And I have drawn this diagram before we remove anything, and I suggest that you do the same for your engine. I have also taken a lot of pictures of the old setup. It has taken me around 1 hour, and according to my understanding, this one is the ingoing refrigerant line. That one is outgoing pressurized refrigerant line. Here are 3 long attachment bolts to the frame, and I need to also check the tightness of these 2 attachment brackets of the electrical wiring and connect the electrical connector according to the instructions. Extra pair of hands was really valuable for this task. Thank you all the lovely people who help me and teach me more every time we do some repairs. We released the tension of the drive belt and checked the pulleys manually for wear and damage. All good. As usual, the work is really slow. Majority of our time is spent by trying to remove the bumper. Look at them. They are so full of... and that's why they don't come out easily. Thread is full of, well, debris, and we have applied some lubricant there and let it soak before we try to remove the breather dryer. Before detaching the compressor from the frame, you need to open 2 refrigerant pipes. The incoming refrigerant line was really tight in the compressor, so I helped it by pushing it with a special tool from the bottom of the vehicle. We do the magic tricks for the new compressor. The instructions say that you need to rotate it slowly for 2 minutes. And after that, you will spin the shaft for 10 to 15 times. That finishes the lubrication after the storage. We are using the torque of 20 Newton meters to these attachment bolts. Because we forgot about the new O-rings, we are going to use the old ones and lubricate them before installation. There was a pin like this in the compressor's ingoing refrigerant pipe. We needed to remove it. Now we are tightening the attachment screws to the tightness of 22 Newton meters. I think we are around the halfway of this work, and the workshop really looks like it. I know it would be ideal to have perfectly tidy workshop, but it's not realistic once you are doing these things for the first time. But hey, at least the weather is perfect. Next, I'm connecting the electrical connector to the compressor. There's a small groove in the connector, so you can only place it in one direction. I'm trying to find a place for the cable tie, so that the electrical wiring harness is not touching any sharp edge, and on the other hand it will be away from the pressurized refrigerant pipe, so it won't be damaged. I think I found an okay spot. It will be easy to modify. And it looks like this now. Next, I'll replace the air conditioning sensor. It is somewhere here. Yeah. And while I was tightening it, my partner was holding the bracket from the other side, so it won't twist too much. There is a small groove in the connector, so you can place it only one way correctly. Yeah, and I could hear the small click. I continued the fight with the breather dryer. It took the impact power gun, like the power tool, and 2 hours of lubricant and a heat gun to detach the bolt from the bottom end. Okay. I guess it should be good enough. Next, I will place the new auxiliary drive belt. I will use gravity for it and start from the uppermost idle pulley, which is on top of the water pump pulley. And I'm trying to route it first to the alternator side, which is the right side of the vehicle, and then to the left side of the vehicle, because this belt is going around the water pump pulley on the left side of the vehicle. Sounds complicated, but I guess it's not that complicated. Same view from below, and we have also checked that the grooves of the belt fit the pulleys nicely, and in general there is no offset on the belt routing. Next, we are going to remove the safety pin from the tensioner, and the belt should be tight and good to go. It's not perfectly at the tensioner. I will loosen the tensioner a little bit, and my partner will shift the belt a little offset. Yeah, now it's better. Assemble in reverse order. Now all the electronics are installed, so we will make the test run with the OBD reader, and let's see what kind of errors we will get. There weren't any new OBD errors, so we continue assembling the rest of the vehicle. The moment of truth. I'm a little bit nervous again. I'm going to start up the engine and hope that everything will go fine. Me käynnistän sitten tästä. So far so good. Yes. And the happy dance. No errors. Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, like and share. See you next time.